This weekend is massive for ArenaNet and most importantly for all of you in the Guild Wars community. Yesterday, we announced Guild Wars 3, the first major new game in the Guild Wars franchise in over a decade. We're going to tell new stories in a different era of Tyria, and when it's ready, you can join us. We wouldn't have got to this moment without the millions of players who've enjoyed Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, and the entire team at ArenaNet is proud to share this moment with all of you. We'll have much more to share about Guild Wars 3 in the months ahead, but today, we're here to talk about the games you're already playing. I want you all to know our studio is committed to actively developing Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2 for many years to come. We are not replacing your favorite games, we'll be supporting them. We know this is not the norm, but it's something our studio has been preparing for, and to explain why, it's worth looking back. When Guild Wars 1 was our only live game, we faced a similar moment concerning the future of the franchise. And as we shifted our focus to Guild Wars 2, we moved most of the studio to work on it. New content in Guild Wars 1 slowly went away, year over year, before stopping entirely as we approached the release of Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars is a very different game than its sequel, and by making the decision we did, we lost the ability to explore that space. We are not repeating the same approach as we did all those years ago. If we did, we would have stopped development on Guild Wars 2 more than a year ago. Instead, we've continued live development on Guild Wars 2, launched the game on Steam and Epic Game Store, and we've released 3 expansions in 3 years. We've seen Guild Wars 2 thrive, all while ramping up development for Guild Wars 3 simultaneously in the background. At the same time, we tested something new with Guild Wars 1 by reinvesting in the game and creating Guild Wars Reforged to see what would happen. And what we learned was clear. When we support these worlds, players show up, both returning veterans and entirely new fans of the Guild Wars franchise. Those experiences shaped how we're handling this moment. So here's our new commitment: Guild Wars Reforged, Guild Wars 2, and Guild Wars 3 when it launches. All 3 games share the world of Tyria. They are intentionally very different in design, in experience, and where they sit on the timeline. Whichever one is your home, and you're welcome to pick more than one, we're going to continue developing it for years to come. So next, Stephen Clark Wilson, our game director for Guild Wars, is going to walk you through what this means for our original game. And then Josh Davis, game director for Guild Wars 2, will talk about what's next for Guild Wars 2.
The original Guild Wars, now rebranded as Guild Wars Reforged, has been making up for lost time. Partnering with co-developer 2 Weeks Games, we fully integrated the game with Steam, including Steam Deck support. In the first month, about half of Steam players tried it on Steam Deck. We also simplified access. Anyone who has ever purchased a single campaign can now play all the campaigns at no additional cost. Next, we're applying what we learned about Steam Deck controls and UI to bring Guild Wars Reforged to mobile devices. The relatively small screen on the Steam Deck forced us to reconsider what the user experience should look like. We also learned a lot going the opposite direction, making sure the game looks right and plays right on a 4K monitor. A typical phone these days has a very high resolution display, and we needed to adapt the UI to these high resolution displays, but they're in a small form factor. Mobile players will join the same live servers as PC players, and existing PC players will be able to access the game on mobile instantly and free of charge. We can't wait for longtime players to carry around Guild Wars in their pockets, and also join all the new players. We also recently shipped 2 new dungeons. Their success has given us the confidence to begin work on an entirely new type of content, which is just now getting underway. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone! Like Colin said, we plan to support Guild Wars 2 for years to come. My priority is to make sure this community remains a place that you're excited to call home. That said, the road ahead looks a little bit different than what's come before. The next 18 months are an opportunity for us to take on some exciting projects that we've wanted to work on, the kind of projects that don't really fit in expansions. So we have 4 major initiatives to share today, and one very important caveat. Let's go through the headlines first, then each in more detail. First off, we're building a new Hall of Monument system that will connect Guild Wars 2 with Guild Wars 3. This will let you carry your accomplishments forward over to 3. Next up, we're going to modernize and polish Guild Wars 2. We want to bring our older content up to more current design standards, address player concerns, and improve developer workflows. The third is for our World vs. World players. We're actively developing a brand new Borderlands map, the first in over a decade. And the fourth announcement is a new open world map set in Ore, bridging the Tyria that you know and the Tyria that you're about to discover in Guild Wars 3. Now, as mentioned, this all comes with a trade-off, and we want to be upfront about it. Visions of Eternity, our current expansion, wraps up this September. After that, we're taking a break from expansion development to deliver Hollow Monuments 2.0 and the other projects that I just mentioned. After Guild Wars 3 releases, we'll return to shipping annual major content updates for Guild Wars 2. Let's start with talking about Hollow Monuments in a little bit more detail. If you've played the original Guild Wars, you're probably already familiar with this concept. Hollow Monuments 2.0 arrives later this year and will let you earn rewards in Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3 by completing new and existing achievements across the entirety of Guild Wars 2. One major difference from the original Hollow Monuments is that this time it will roll out in phases. The first 2 releases will focus on the core game, and then we'll hit each of our expansions in chronological order over the course of a year. We'll have a lot more information to share on the system and the associated rewards after the final release for Visions of Eternity later this year. So building Hollow Monuments this way gives us a rare opportunity to revisit the foundations of Guild Wars 2, which brings us to our second major initiative. After our team finishes work on Visions of Eternity in late September, we're going to spend nearly a full year going back through each area of the game and making meaningful improvements. The work splits into 2 halves, the stuff you'll see and experience as a player, and the work under the hood. Let's start with what you'll see. Everything is on the table here, to borrow a phrase from Colin. For example, bringing older content up to our current design standards, rebalancing events and encounters, addressing long-standing bugs, continued support for pillars of the game like World vs. World, polishing the early game experience. These are just high-level categories, but one specific example that we are updating is the Zaitan fight in the personal story. This is a rare opportunity for us to take a pass on the entire game and hit some of the biggest pain points that you experience on a day-to-day basis. Now the other half, the work that goes on under the hood, the kind of improvements that allow us to continue supporting Guild Wars 2 for years to come. We're investing in client and server performance, making sure that Guild Wars 2 runs well on your rigs, especially as we push the art direction in ways that our technology wasn't originally built for. We're also modernizing parts of our development pipeline. For example, we're upgrading our engine to use physics-based rendering, or PBR. The game wasn't originally built with PBR in mind, but adding it will let our team make new content better and faster. Now, there's a lot of work that can be done here, and a year is simply not enough time to do it all. So we want to stay focused on the things that matter most to you. Starting today, we're opening a new section on the official forums dedicated to this work. There's a space for the core game and a space for each expansion. Go to the forums and let us know what you think. The third announcement is for our World vs. World players. We're building a brand new Borderlands map, the first in over a decade. We're going to develop the map alongside the community, similar to how we approached the development of the new PvP push game mode. We'll release an early gray box prototype on live, gather your feedback, and iterate until we feel good about the direction. We think this approach gives us the best shot at avoiding the missteps that came with Desert Borderlands. Our goal is to host a beta test later this year, as soon as the map hits first playable. Outside of the new map, work on World vs. World restructuring and our core World vs. World systems continues. Right now the focus is on making winning matter, which requires some fundamental changes to scoring. Once the system is properly encouraging active competitive play, we'll look at adding some more incentives for winning as well. Last but not least, we're going back to Ore. You've probably heard by now that Guild Wars 3 takes place in Ore. It's one of the most iconic locations in the entire franchise, it's lore-rich, and it's tied to some of our most important storytelling. We're genuinely excited that Guild Wars 3 takes us back there, and that you're going to see Ore in a way that you've never been able to see it before. We'll have more to share down the road, but what I can say is that this will be a core game edition, free for all to play. If you or a friend are coming back to Guild Wars 2 to chase Hollow Monuments rewards, you won't need to own an expansion to check it out. So this has been a lot, I know. A new Hollow Monuments, a year of polish, a new Borderlands map, a new map in Ore, and of course, you can still look forward to our festivals, bonus events, skills balance updates, Wizards Vault updates, and more. It's a pretty ambitious plan. Most games don't get a chance to put this level of attention towards improving the foundation so long after initial release. We get this opportunity because of you, and I think that we're set to put our best foot forward for Guild Wars 2 for the next 15 years and beyond.
So as you can see, this is an exciting moment for ArenaNet and for Guild Wars fans around the world. We're expanding into the future with Guild Wars 3. We're going back through Guild Wars 2 to improve what we've built and launching the first release of the new Hall of Monuments by the end of this year. We're investing in Guild Wars Reforged, the game that started it all, with new platforms and new content. And before any of that, we've got the third quarterly release of Visions of Eternity landing in late summer with new story, a new map, and more. We're so grateful for this community. Every time we've had a moment to welcome new fans to the Guild Wars franchise, our players have shown up with open arms, reinforcing our reputation as one of the friendliest communities in online gaming. We're expecting newcomers and returning players to visit Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars Reforged in droves as a result of the excitement and the commitment we're making to this franchise. Hall of Monuments will encourage millions of people who experience Guild Wars for the first time with Guild Wars 3 to want to go play Guild Wars 2 as well. We know many of these new players will fall in love with the games and Tyria just as many of you already have. And as a member of this welcoming community, each of you plays a huge part in that. Thank you. This is the first of a few conversations we'll be having with you over the coming weeks and months. Next up, our team will be back with more information about the setting of Guild Wars 3, sharing more details about the where and the when this game takes place. Then next Tuesday, Josh and I will sit down for a live stream on Twitch and YouTube to talk more about the franchise and to answer some of your questions. Please join us if you can. We're so glad to have you with us on this journey. Thank you all to the community. We'll see you in Tyria.
好的，下面是视频内容的总结。第一，蜗牛社吸取早年全力开发激战2，致使初代内容停更的教训，官宣3款作品并行长期运营。激战重铸，激战2、激战3互不替代，共享泰瑞亚世界观，玩法与剧情时间线各有区分。激战2方面，当前资料片永恒愿景9月收官，未来18个月暂停新资料片研发，集中落地4大核心项目：一是新版纪念堂 2.0 年底上线，分阶段更新，成就与奖励可跨代联动激战3；二是耗时近1年，全面优化游戏。整改老内容，修复顽疾，升级引擎 PBL 渲染与服务器性能，并开放论坛征集玩家意见。三是打造11年来首作战场新边境地图，采用社区共创模式，年内开启测试，同时重构战场积分规则，加码获胜奖励。四是推出偶尔新地图，免费开放，衔接2代作品世界观。此外，夏末将上线永恒愿景最后一次季度更新，节庆活动、职业平衡等常规内容持续更新。官方目标让激战2在运营15年以上，激战3已正式立项。后续数月会逐步曝光其世界观设定，系列凭借友好的社区氛围吸引大批新老玩家。纪念堂还将引导激战3新玩家体验激战2，形成全 IP 生态联动。